everyone, welcome back to another studio vlog. And I've got a very busy 2.5 weeks ahead of me because I'm going to London Comic Con for the Artist Alley and I have a lot to do. I haven't done any prep yet because I've been so busy with traveling to see my family and other work that had like deadlines. So I'm starting today pretty much. I've sent off already yesterday some restocks for things that I had run out when I closed my shop last week, and I've actually got some new things that I need to design and send off to print. So I wanted to do some special prints and stickers that I'm only going to be selling at Comic-Con to see how they do, mainly to see if I would actually want to put them on my shop. And a lot of that is like fan art-y stuff. So I've always wanted to make like Jujutsu Kaisen and Spy Family stuff because I love those two shows quite a lot. And maybe even Demon Slayer stuff. Just because those are also quite current at the moment and quite popular. So I wanted to see how they did and what people's receptions was. Comic-Cons are a great way to like test new products and things because you get like feedback from people. So I had some ideas in my head and today is actually like design stuff day. So I'm going to be working on my iPad a lot. I've also got some other traditional drawings and paintings that I want to send off to print to make limited edition prints for the convention, and yeah, lots to do today. Let's get to it.
So yeah, I just got my iPad out and I started just designing all these new little stickers for the rest of the day. It was really nice to actually just sit down and draw. As I always say, I feel like I never really get to just sit down and draw things that I enjoy these days because I'm so busy with work. But this was a really fun work thing to draw. So it's always such a delight getting to draw these little characters that I love in the cutest little like positions with like their favorite things. So I started off with this cute character from Jujutsu Kaisen, Megumi. And in the show, he's got like these two very cute dogs / wolves. And I wanted to draw a sticker of him with his two dogs kind of giving him a cuddle and a kiss on the face. Initially, I just drew out one, but then I thought it'd be even cuter if he had one on each side. Then came the struggle of actually drawing a dog in sort of like a chibi proportion or like a cute, like chubby proportions. So I kind of futzed with that for a while. And once I was sort of happy with that, I moved on to the next sticker, which was Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. At first I thought I wanted him with his glasses on, but then I thought it would be a lot more iconic to have his usual look with the blindfold on. And I thought I'd do a little sticker of him with his favorite foods, which is like sweets and candy and things like that. So I just kind of drew him sitting down with a little cupcake surrounded by giant candies and things. And of course, I can't do a Gojo sticker without doing a Nanami sticker. And his favorite thing is like savory things like sandwiches and bread specifically. So I did the same thing. I just drew him very content with holding a sandwich and then surrounded by a bunch of savory, salty goods.
So I'm back to work after having some lunch, and this is what I got done this morning. I did all the line art for these new stickers. Finished this sticker of Megumi with the demon dogs, and then next up I've got this one of Gojo with sweets because in the manga there's like a page about the characters and stuff that they like. So for Gojo it says that he likes sweets and he's got like a sweet tooth, and then it says that the Nanami, which is the one I'm doing after, that he likes like bread and like savory things. So I drew him with a bunch of like sandwiches and breads and things like that. And then I've got this Anya sticker with Bond that I also need to finish off. So I'm going to finish off those this afternoon and then send all of those off to print with some new prints as well.
After lunch, I sat back down and had a good old time just rendering out all these stickers. So I did all the line art and stuff in the morning, and I just had to color in and render them out so that they were ready for printing on the next day. And this is always really fun because I just kind of get to color in within the lines and color pick sort of from their original character designs and have a nice time rendering them out.
Hi. I've been having a morning. So I actually have been spending all morning fighting with my Cricut. In the end, I think I managed to get it to work, but it's been so temperamental. Like, it'll do fine for like 2 sheets and then just completely have a meltdown and stop working when I'm literally cutting out the same exact sheet. And then it ruins a bunch of my stickers, and then I'm like making waste, which I hate. And it's like, I almost had myself 2 meltdowns and cried because of my Cricut this morning. It's fine. So I ordered myself an iced coffee as a treat, and I'm gonna have a little bit of a chill after lunch. like maybe 30-minute chill, 40-minute chill, just so I can like gather myself before I get back on the Cricut and finish these stickers, because I finished the 4 designs of stickers that I was doing last week, and then this week I wanted to ideally print out a bunch of them just for the conventions. That's why I didn't send them off to print with a third party, because I thought it'd just be cheaper and better to do them at home, but it's taking a toll on my mental health. So I'm like, at what cost? And then I've also got to sort out the Patreon sticker for this month and send that to print. And there's a chance that this month or the next month will be the last Patreon melon mails that I do for a while, because a very exciting project just got approved, which would be taking a lot of time out of my days and weeks and months for the next few months. So I'll have to cut something back in my work so that to account for this new project. So I would be pausing the Patreon melon mail for a few months to give me time to do the other project. So I'll have to see when I'm starting that project so I can let my patrons know. And I'm also very stressed because at the end of this month we're doing a lot of changes. So I'm actually moving in with my partner. He's moving in with me. So yeah, Devin and I will no longer be living together, which is a little sad, but yeah, it'll be really fun, be a very exciting new chapter in my life. But it does mean that I'm gonna be essentially moving myself around this house, which also means that I'm gonna be doing like a studio makeover, because this mezzanine studio is going to be all mine, which is super cool. But it does mean I've got to move a lot of bits around and figure out a new flow sort of for the studio. I'm gonna make a whole video on that, so it's gonna be really exciting. I've got some really cool things planned out for the new studio, some really awesome ideas. So yeah, stay tuned. There will be a video probably mid-June about the studio makeover, so that'll be pretty exciting. So there's a lot of stresses going on top of me also preparing for the convention at the end of the month. So London Comic Con is pretty big and overwhelming, so it's just a lot. I'll see you in a bit.
See if there's any cars that meet them there. And Sharon pulls in, parks first.
Car down.
This is
Mr. Nunes, his profession was a dentist. Hello.
During the afternoon, the Cricut seemed to have heard my pleas a little bit, and it seemed to be working a little bit better. It was at least acting up a little less, which is good. So it was actually cutting out the things and doing its job. So I got to actually produce all of the stickers that I needed for all of the designs that you saw, and also finish off some work while the Cricut was doing its thing. And it was, yeah, a lot more smooth sailing in the afternoon, thankfully. And here are the final stickers from the designs that you just watched me draw from the other day. They ended up looking so cute and so adorable, and I'm very, very excited to sell these at Comic-Con this year. I think they're going to do very well.
Just got these prints in the mail today. This one right here is for this month's Patreon melon mail goodies, and this one is for me to take to London Comic Con just to try it out, see how it does. It's like a Chainsaw Man of a drawing I did a few months back, and I've got one more print on the way that is supposed to arrive this week, so it'll be exciting to have them all together.
So this afternoon, I actually spent the whole afternoon cutting out these like cardboard sticker price tags. As I said, I wanted to kind of streamline the shopping experience at the convention and just make things very, very obvious, like what prices they were, just to avoid confusion and having to avoid also talking too much, like in terms of prices, because it ends up kind of accumulating and then you just kind of lose your voice a little bit by the end of the day. So yeah, this way people could just look at what they like and see how much it is right then and there, and it makes like people who are very shy and don't really like to talk to people's job a lot easier. I firstly printed out all of these labels on some sticky paper, and then I had some of this cardboard sticky paper from Cricut lying around, so then I stuck them onto that and then cut them out again. Seems like it was really stupidly tedious work, like maybe too many steps to get to the final product, but in the end they ended up being really sturdy and like not bendy, which is what I wanted. Just cut them all out and they look really cute. They ended up matching like the rest of my stall and the rest of the signs on my stall, so that's what I wanted as well.
Hello everyone. So this morning I actually spent all morning printing out my new price list and then like sticking it onto some like heavy duty cardboard and fixing all of that up, and also cutting out all these like little price tags, because whenever I do conventions I get a lot of like people coming into the table who don't immediately see the price list and then are always asking like, oh, how much is this, how much is this? So I wanted to make a lot more price lists to put right next to like all the items on my table, just to make it like an easier shopping experience and also an easier selling experience for me. Because if I'm with like another customer, I feel like people sort of like wait around just to ask me how much things are. So hopefully that streamlines the whole process a little bit more. So yeah, I just kind of printed them out so that they matched my price list in terms of colors and things. Yeah, besides that, I just had to send off some like sponsored content for review for 2 different campaigns and collaborations, and I'm just now exporting a YouTube video for one of those to send off, and I think that was all I really had to do today, which is good. I've been spreading out my tasks a little bit throughout the next week until the convention so I don't like lose my mind. So I think for the rest of the day, I'm going to chill out and draw for a bit, which is wild because me drawing for myself, that's crazy. And waiting basically for emails. I'm waiting for some people to email me back. That's what I'm gonna do this afternoon. So just as I was finishing work, I actually got this package in the mail, which is like a collapsible like convention book stand, print stand thingy, because the one that I made myself like completely broke on first usage, and my wire grid one is really uncomfortable to like travel with because just because it doesn't really collapse well, and it's just really clunky and it gets stuck on things. So I've been meaning to find one that's like collapsible, so it collapses into like a bunch of these little pieces and then they all like kind of slot together, and I finally found this one on Etsy that was like, I think it was about like £40, something around that price point, and it's really sturdy, really nice. I got it in this nice like maple sort of almost redwood kind of color, and I'm really happy with it. I just put it together. It took me like 4 minutes, less than that maybe, and it's really, really good. And I'll take it apart to show you like what they look like. And these slots, by the way, are like A4 width, so I could put in my A4 squared books in there if I wanted to, or an A5. I'll show you what it looks like taken apart. So yeah, as you can see, it just collapses down into some really easy like transportable flat pieces of wood that I can just like slot together like this and then wrap some cling film around it. They'll stay together and I can just like put them right at the top of my suitcase, and they're really nice flat packed like this and really easy to transport. I'll leave the Etsy seller that I got this from in my description of this video so you guys can have a look, because they actually had loads of different sizes and formats and different types of display grids like this in different finishes as well. They were amazing. This arrived within like 3 or 4 days. It was really fast shipping too, and I highly recommend them for the price point. I think it's amazing. So yeah, go give them a look if this is something that interests you. And I will be taking this one down to London with me this month, and yeah, you guys will see me use it. So yeah, really happy that it lived up to expectation. Hi everyone, I just got the last print delivery that I was mentioning the other day, and it looks so pretty. It came out so well. I'm so happy. It's of this drawing that I did a few months ago, well, that I started a few months ago, but I only just not finished, and I think it came out so pretty as a print. Yeah, I'm really happy with it, and I'm gonna set those to the side because I am gonna take these with me to Comic-Con. And please ignore that I look like a wet cat, but yeah, today I'm focusing on doing mystery packs. So I've got a bunch of mystery packs that I need to make for Comic-Con because people really like those, and also prepping a bunch of the sticker packs, which means just putting all these like hanger stickers on them so that they can hang on the hooks. Lots of other little bits to do, like with my Patreon. Let's do it.
So I just spent the rest of the afternoon making these mystery packs. It's quite a therapeutic process really, because I kind of just get to sort of blindly pull prints and stickers and make a brand new pack with every single combination. And there's a million different combinations I can make for these, so it's just really fun also to think like, oh my god, I wonder who's gonna get this one. I wonder who's gonna get to open this one. And it's just a really fun little exercise to make these mystery bundles. And I also really like the stickers that I made for the front of them. I think they look so cute. So I just kind of kept making mystery bundles until I was fed up, or until I had a really big stack of them to take to Comic-Con. People really like these, and to be honest, I really enjoy these as well at conventions. I think it's a really fun, like, additional bit of fun to buying art, is to like kind of have a blind pack and not really know what you're gonna get. And I think it makes people's jobs a little bit easier sometimes who can't really make up their mind on what they want from someone's stall. This way the decision is out of your hands. So I really enjoy them, and I understand why other people do as well.
Good morning everyone. Ignore the nose patch. I'm very tired. I've had a few rough nights sleep, but you know, we soldier on. And today, to make my morning a little bit better, I've prepared myself a little bowl of pancakes with some fruit. So I'm gonna munch on that while I have a look at emails and stuff, because it's Monday. Yeah, got a few last bits to get sorted this week for London Comic-Con, because I'm packing up everything on Wednesday so we can go on Thursday. These business cards came out very, very saturated. Oh well, I like them.
Today was the dreaded packing day for Comic-Con, which is always a really intense task, and so I kind of just sat down with my suitcase and had my packing list open on my bullet journal that I did in advance, and usually in that list I'll kind of jot down which pieces from last time did best, which pieces did less well, so I know which ones to take more stock of or less stock of. But honestly, this changes with every convention it seems, so it really is like kind of going in blind every time, because some conventions I go to and this random item does really well, and then the next time I take more of that and it doesn't sell at all and something else sells out really quick. So it's really a guessing game every single time. But yeah, I always try to sort of learn from the last time a little bit and make my stock decisions based on that. So yeah, this time around I actually changed things up a little bit. I didn't take some items in order to take some new items like the pencil cases, and yeah, just try to switch things around and see how that would do and how, you know, people would take it. And obviously here I'm just also packing all the prints that I was going to take and all of my little new price tags and my price list. I take all of them in this sort of like collapsible and expandable file organizer. It's honestly such a life hack getting like this folder and to take it to cons. It makes packing it so much easier, and it really like flat packs everything, but also it's really easy to flip through them when people want to buy a print. It's really easy to grab the print that they want really fast, as opposed to having them all stacked onto each other. Honestly, it was a really good thing that I discovered last con. And the next day, it was time to go to Comic-Con, or to London at least. So we had all our bags packed, we hopped on the train, and it's always a really intense travel down to London, because you get on a 2-hour train and then you have to get on all these underground lines, and I really don't like the underground. So as soon as we got there, we had a little break and a snack before we got to setting up our table. And that's my partner, by the way, Tom, who always comes to help me. So thank you, Tom. Last time put them on this side, because then I put sticker packs on this side, if I do recall correctly. This reminds me of later than the end. Just sit down and chill. I know you shouldn't. So my table design has changed a little bit last year. I think I had like five or six conventions last year, and every convention I was kind of trying something new or trying to like change something to the better. And I think at the last convention of last year, which was Thought Bubble, which also has a studio vlog that I filmed for it, and it's up on the channel that you can watch. I think at that convention I finally got to like the table setup that I like the best. So that's kind of the one that I tried to replicate here. So I took a picture of my table from that convention and tried to sort of like make it the same. Even though I swear to God at every convention, I always bring back a list of things that I want to try out for the next convention to make things easier or better. So it's an always evolving process. But yeah, it's good to have like a sort of set table design that you can replicate every time, and it makes setting up really easy and streamlined. And that's what happened here. We just kind of chuck everything on the table and it looked really, really cute in the end.
Very smooth. Pose and pose.
So yeah, day one of Comic-Con was pretty chill. Friday is usually the most chill day, to be honest. It's the least amount of people, I'd say, that come in through Friday, so it's good to like get yourself used to the amount of people, but you still get quite a nice amount of business, which is good. And you're still not that overwhelmed because it's just day one. But yeah, this was my view behind my table, and these really cool guys actually were coming around asking people from the artist alley to draw on this sort of gamer chair for a charity thing. So I actually got to draw a little portrait on the back of the chair, and this is what I drew. It was really cute and it was awesome to be a part of it. And yeah, the rest of the day was pretty chill. Made some really nice sales and got to speak to some really nice people. This is a little view from a little gallery spot that I found this year that I had no idea was there for the past few years. And you can kind of see everything. It is very, very intense. A lot of people, but as many people as there is here, just you wait for, because Saturday it is even crazier. And there's a little zoom in, and that's where we were, in Group E. So Saturday, as I said, is a lot crazier. It's a lot more intense. It is honestly the worst day of Comic-Con in my opinion, because they really do oversell way too many tickets and let way too many people in. So I always end up feeling really overwhelmed on Saturdays, and then Sundays I'm just kind of really drained by the time it gets to Sunday. But yeah, thankfully I had my partner here with me helping me out. I also on Sunday, those chair guys came back and they asked me to draw some more on the chair, which was really cute. So yeah, it was looking really filled up and looking really sick. So I hope everything goes well with their like charity thing. And then the next thing we knew, it was time to take down the table, which is always really fast. Honestly, it takes like half the time to take down the table than it does to set it up, which is awesome because you kind of just want to get out of there by the end of Sunday. So yeah, we took everything down, said goodbye to a bunch of friends and stuff, and then made our way back to Manchester with, thankfully, a lot less stuff in the suitcase. Hi everyone! As you can see, I'm back in the studio right now. I won't even dignify you with showing you what the flat and what the studio looks like because we're actually having a lot of moving bits happening right now. I mentioned this earlier in the vlog, but yeah, so Devon, right there, where are you? Oh, hi. So Devon's currently moving out and my partner moved in, and then we're probably gonna have to move again in like 3 weeks because things just work out for me. I love it. So everything's a bit of a mess, but I've got a very exciting video coming next week though, so I'm very excited to show you that. And there's gonna be a bit of a pause in videos probably just because of all this stress and all this stuff happening in my life. So yeah, just don't be worried if I don't upload for a few weeks. I will be back, just trying to figure my life out. But yeah, the convention was really nice. It was a little bit different this year. I think they changed management or something, so some of the bits were a bit different, and it was kind of like there were some issues with the convention that I've come to learn since I've come back. But the artist alley itself was great from my experience. Like, it was really nice to get to meet some of you, and again, it was really lovely to get to meet some new people as well and chat. It was really sweet. So thank you so much if you did come along. If you are new here and you met me at Comic-Con, hi. Yeah, thank you very much for the support. It definitely makes the whole experience worth it. Thank you for watching this studio vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in next week's video, which is very exciting. And I can't wait for you to see it. Bye-bye!